my name's Carmen, by the way. What made the difference in my application? So I was lucky enough to be awarded the AIOH Associate Member Award through Thermo Fisher and Honeywell. Basically, you have the opportunity to attend a course that's funded by AIOH too, and I actually attended the University of Wollongong. In terms of my application, what made the difference? I think I looked back at my application. I know Brian and Jane gave me some tips on it, some critical tips, but I think most importantly, it just told my story. So before I tell mine, I just wanted to get a bit of an idea of people's backgrounds here. Kate, where'd you start off?
Oh God, engineering,
yeah.
contaminated pipe.
And environment, I remember. Yourself?
Oh, sorry, could you just stand around the microphone because being recorded.
Yeah, thank you, sorry. Sorry? Undergrad at, yes, there we go. Yeah, there we go. And also went to Mount Arthur. There we go. Hi.
Operations?
Yeah.
Chemistry background, engineering.
Student with water risk,
Yeah, so I won't get the first row, but but I think that what I was surprised about was just the diversity of people within the occupational hygiene community. So my story was I am an exercise physiologist and worked in cardiac rehab for a bit and corporate health, telling people to eat more fruit and vegetables and exercise more. And then I thought, I think I need a bit more of a challenge and put in an application to do study occupational health and safety at University of Wollongong. And then this guy, Brian, rings up and says, we've got this master's going in, Masters in Science, and it's a scholarship offered by Safety Equipment Australia regarding respiratory protective devices. I had to Google what respiratory protective devices were. And he said, do you want to, based on your background with exercise science, you probably will be a good fit for this research project. Do you want to tear up that application and apply for that? It's like, sure. So that's where I started doing this research regarding respirators, and then presented my research at the conference. And I guess I was blessed to have two supervisors, Jane and Brian, who are like the god and goddess of occupational hygiene. And yeah, so I told my story in my application. And basically, yeah, they showed me the light. And yeah, after that, I applied to do my master's in occupational hygiene. So that was my story, and yeah, I think that's why, looking at my application, it was supported for the award. So next, I actually printed these off, and I don't know what specific order. So these are just some quotes. And these are in terms of what was the key thing you learnt or achieved from winning this award. I took it as more of what have I learnt or achieved from being an early or young occupational hygienist. So this one first says, unknown unknowns, all the things you don't know, you don't know. So basically, coming from a world of exercise science into occupational hygiene, I was surprised by the amount of things I did not know. And I currently work, I've gone from working in coal mines at Mount Arthur Coal to now working at ANSTO. And just talking to Terry before, you realise every day you go to work that there's so much you don't know. Yeah, so there's also other quotes like the known unknowns, or the things you know you don't know. I'm fairly confident now I'm about that, but where all the errors happen in your workplace. So all the things you think you know but you don't. So yeah, that was one quote, and I think it kind of goes, I think today's quote was, it's not about who you know, it's not what you know, but it's who you know. But I think that's also an important one as well. Oh, this is where my prop comes in. Well, I wasn't that prepared, so I just had to go with it.
It's not a skit.
Exactly. So you will have a whole year to prepare a costume.
That's critical.
It is. So the first time I went was to AIOH conference, was in Brisbane. And Jane told me it's a costume party, and I just turned up in my normal outfit because it's a whole bunch of scientists, and scientists are obviously boring and they don't get dressed up. And I turned up and there was a guy in his underwear and several firemen. And I think the following year, it was still a very poor effort. I just came in, it was a sporting theme, and I just came in my favourite sporting jersey. But then the next year, I thought I'd put in a bit more effort, and then, yeah, joined the part of the 3M tribe, and as part of Kath and Kim crew. But yes, you have a whole 12 months after you find out you've been provided the award. They do like you to come to the conference and have be awarded the award. So yeah, make sure you have plenty of time to think about what type of costume you will wear. Critical. And this one is something that Eric Langland, who used to work at Mount Arthur Coal with me, instilled in me. You get kind of fresh out of uni, and he kind of said this nearly on a weekly basis. There is a lot of reasons not to reinvent the wheel. You really should be perfecting it. So, and this is where this whole community comes in. I love to either send a group email and go, hey, how do you monitor for UV exposure, or hey, Legionella, has anyone monitored for that? And then through this a weird email trail or line of communication, someone comes back to you and they've actually monitored for that, or they know who's the best person to talk to about that issue. And I know, first off, Jane, you're an excellent person for that, but as you go to more conferences and you network, your email or group emails get bigger and bigger, and yeah, you get and they do give back, and I think that's the most important thing here. Yeah, try and give back to the community. Thank you.